What's up everybody, welcome back to the channel. I'm Hex and today I'm gonna show you one of my favorite builds in the game. I called it the Scout because it's super mobile, super deadly. I love it. So without further ado, let's go into the footage to showcase what is it really capable of. So we're now at the Colonel's fort. I'm doing it solo so my melee character doesn't steal the show. So of course we're against 29 enemies, so we can't just run in. We have to try and pick them off because you don't want 29 enemies to run on you at once. It will be crazy. They'll overwhelm you for sure. Nevertheless, this is Mission Impossible difficulty. We're level 10 here. Stats are not even maxed out. We're running PSG-1 main weapon and we're also running offhand a FN Paul. I'm gonna show the attachments also after we get to the items section. We're running prism scopes on both weapons. We're running the handle that removes the AP cost for switching to the FN Fall. So if we get pushed, we can always go on the FN Fall and do some bursts. We have a perk that is giving us free aims on our first shot. I'll go over the perks in detail later. So we must have killed about 5-6 enemies. We still have a lot against us, so we want to keep the silent approach. We're still hidden. They know we're there, but they don't know exactly where we are because we keep killing everybody that's noticed us. These are endgame enemies. They have armor, so we're running armor piercing bullets. We also want to always finish our turn close to cover because one of our perks gives us even more extra free movement. That's on top of having extra free movement from wearing only light armor. So as you can see, even while sneaking, we get a lot of free movement, and in a little bit you see the movement we actually have if we're running. The enemies are starting to thin out now, so we can be a little bit more free. We see one enemy here in the corner. And we're gonna end the turn here. And a few enemies actually run up on us. They were clustered there. We didn't see them. This one even shoots at us, but our lightning reflex saves us from that ambush. We actually have reactive fire as well, so we damage this enemy. We also have kill zone, but for some reason the second shot didn't activate, otherwise the enemy would have died. And then you can see we ran all the way to the building behind full cover, and this is one of the biggest strengths of this build. It is just so mobile. Now we are in a good position here. We have cover. We have option to run into the building. Sorry about the lag. Sometimes when it rains it's just laggy, I don't know why. PSG-1 is just a ruthless weapon. And here's the Colonel himself. 106 to the head. He wants to extract. Not today, Colonel. And now the only thing we have to do is find the scared enemies. Here's another trooper. Burst to the head.
stressful, but I'll do it. Could be dangerous around here. I got this one. You don't think they'd shoot a mine, do you?
Yeah, this character makes the game look easy, doesn't it?
Hey, I think I can do this.
Yeah, and there you go. 1 versus 29, 0 damage taken. Those are the starting attributes I recommend. For the newer players, let's say a few words about each of them. So mechanical, explosives, and medical are very important, but you can train them later using your hired mercs very quickly to a very reasonable amounts. So marksmanship, this determines the accuracy of your shots. It's very important for this build, obviously. Wisdom is important for any character build. It is the only attribute that cannot be trained. You can get it up only from field experience and magazines. It will determine how fast you learn from training and field experience. It's a very important attribute. Leadership will help you train militia faster and do training faster, but also what it doesn't say here is to determine the speed of your travels on the strategic map. So don't sleep on leadership, it's very important. Strength, we don't need so much, but we still need some kind of inventory space, so 65. Dexterity is very hard to level on the field, so starting with 85 is a must. Agility 85 also a must because it determines how much action points you have per turn. Health 65 is slightly low, but you shouldn't get hit so much. You should stay back, snipe people, and you should be fine. And now let's move on to the starting perks. Personal perks. I usually go with Negotiator, Scoundrel is okay, Psycho maybe for some fun conversation options. It's really up to you. The most important here is the tactical perks, and specifically this one, auto weapons. I find characters that have this perk a lot better than the ones that don't have it. Now for the second perk, it's really optional. So you can go for stealthy if you prefer stealthy gameplay. You can also go for heavy weapons if you want to use some light machine guns. It will help you use them more efficiently. What I would recommend though is actually get teaching. It's gonna get you faster experience, faster levels, and it also helps with completing the trained militia and training operations as well. So it's really nice to have. For the second perk, it's really up to you. And now in the next section, we're gonna go into a level 10 character and show you all the perk allocation and how they work. First you wanna get Fast Runner, it doubles your free move. It's very neat to have from the beginning. Second perk, Deadeye, for every aim level you get 5% extra crit, also great in the beginning. The third perk you wanna grab is Reactive Fire. Every time they miss you, you make an interrupt attack. Also very strong in the beginning. The enemies will miss a lot, especially if you keep your distance. For the next perk I went with Opportunistic Killer. Here you have a choice. You can either get that or Fire Routine, which will give you basically free AP if you land 2 hits in Overwatch. So if you're someone who likes to use Overwatch a lot, I personally don't use it a lot. So I got Opportunistic Killer, but Fire Routine is a viable option. Regardless of what you choose, now you have 3 abilities in the dexterity tree. So next up we gotta get Kill Zone. Kill Zone is one of the strongest skills in the game. It lets you attack twice as an interrupt. So that means that you can attack twice when you're doing Overwatch. You will attack twice also when reactive fire is activated. So a lot of the times when they miss you, you just two-shot them. After that I got Sharpshooter. It's a very good skill for sniping. First of all, it gives you 2 extra aims possible, so you can shoot these long distance targets. It also deals 33% extra damage on your first attack. After that we're getting Frog Leaping. So let me show you just how powerful that is. So we have here somebody without Fast Runner and Frog Leaping, and this is the free move we get, right? Now check this out.
Mouse here.
Look at this free move. It's absolutely insane. With a full AP you can cross like the whole sector. You can use that to, you know, flank enemies. If you're playing Iron Man, you can use it to retreat. It's absolutely amazing. I love this. The mobility of this build is insane. Going back to the perks, next up I got lightning reactions. Now this skill might seem underwhelming at first because it only activates once per combat, but that one time can save your life, especially on the harder difficulties, especially for Iron Man. Sometimes you will not see some enemies, they'll run up on you, like these ones with the shotguns, they'll just one-shot you. And this is like a get out of the jail free card. It also pairs with reactive fire and kill zone. So not only you dodge, but you probably kill your enemy. And then for level 10, I got total concentration. 30% extra damage after the first skill to the end of the combat or until you miss. And since you're getting this late, you already have really nice weapon, modded weapon. Your skills are high, so you've seen in the showcase. I never missed once, so this was active for 28 out of the 29 kills. Now if you're newer to the game and you feel that this build is too squishy, you can swap total concentration and frog leaping or lightning reactions for beefed up for extra health, and then Vanguard. If you're getting caught out of cover often and you take damage, this will help your survivability because every time you end your turn, you will get 15 grit, so basically 15 shield. That's an option, but this build is supposed to be aggressive, it's supposed to be high damage, it's not supposed to be tanky. You have to stay away, you have to snipe. So this perk allocation is my final recommendation, guys. Try it, it's very powerful. Now for the mods on the weapon, I'm using Quick Prism Scope, which in my opinion is the best scope. It adds 3 free aims to our first attack of the turn. The UV dot also adds 1 aim level, so that's why I'm able to make so many successful consecutive shots as you've seen in the showcase. It's very powerful combination. And of course silencer for this weapon. For the FM foul, again Quick Prism Scope. You just can't go wrong with 6 AP aimed bursts. That's very powerful. The other thing you gotta always get for the FM foul, and it's one of the things that makes it one of the best weapons in the game, is the recoil booster. This basically adds another shot to your burst from 3 to 4. And the FM foul has very high damage, actually the highest damage of the assault rifles. So with 4 of these 15 damage shots, it's deadly, very deadly. I'm using heavy stock because I don't use Overwatch, like I said, so much, but if you're using a lot of Overwatch on your FM foul, you should consider getting light stock. It will add another attack to your Overwatch. I'm using vertical grip at the moment because I don't swap so often, but you have the option to get the tactical grip. If you find yourself to swap a lot to this weapon, it's worth to have it because swapping to it will be free. And that's basically it. The video is already pretty long, I think. Let me know what you think. Remember to like the video on your way out. Subscribe for the channel. I'm coming up with another melee build now. It's gonna be very fun. The stream playthrough is going really nice. It's pretty exciting. There's a lot of drama. Tune in for that too. And last but not least, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Hex out.